even working? Sending data online. Alright, we're only a million hours late. Oh, and my tablet doesn't work. What is the point of anything? And this thing isn't right. Oh, snap. Where did you go? I know you're there. Alright, how do I work with a tablet that doesn't work? What do you do when nothing works for you? And you're trying for a half hour to fix it. 'Cause it don't matter if you try real hard. Everything is gonna break down all the time. Jose Joaquin Basser Morocco. I don't know what rata means. Alright. That's enough. That's enough effing around, I guess. Okay. I just don't even know. Is this set right? It is. I assume that's connected. Ripley, are the buttons working?
Tell your friends, and
or
tell
don't.
your hot mom. There's no such thing as grownups.com.
Close enough. Definitely move the camera. Definitely move the camera. How about this one? Close enough. All right. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Wish this tablet wasn't so expensive, because I really want to just smash it on camera for fun. I'd love to just smash, even though it's pretty great. It doesn't let me down too often. It's just not doing anything. And now I'm on this camera. Oops. Anyway, my name is Curtis. This is Milo. It's called No Such Thing as Grown-Ups because, I mean, take a look around the world. Nobody's acting like an adult in any way, shape, or form. Just a bunch of weird children pretending to be grown-ups for just long enough so that they can go home and play some Xbox and yell at teenagers while their wife takes care of the kids. I don't know. Whatever. And technically, I mean, I still have my old tablet, which is look up at the screen and draw while my hand is down here, which kind of would be better for this situation, but not really. See, I'm moving my pen here, but it's moving on the screen up there instead of down here. So that does nothing for me. I've restarted about 15 times, and technically I can use it kind of as a mouse. It's almost like every time I decide to work on this effing comic book is the only time my tablet is like, oh no, I can't connect. No connection. No, you see how I can move the screen around? Means you're connected. So do the thing you're supposed to do. It can't. I'm not actually connected, but I am connected. Well, what's the problem? I don't know. Usually just restarting fixes this, but I just kept restarting, and now clearly I have to uninstall it and reinstall it is the obvious thing. Obviously. Hey, what if I say obviously as well? I also thought it was obvious, and I mean, if you had asked me, like, I don't know, a day ago, I would have said, hey, before the next stream, probably gonna install everything you own and reinstall it again, because, you know, it's 2020, and updates don't do anything but make things worse. Therefore, even if you have not updated anything, they still seek in there. And I'm gonna guess that, yeah, this is still all human error and your fault, but mostly updates are the devil. They are. They are. Never update anything ever, ever. It's just not. It just doesn't matter. It just nothing matters. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I keep opening the actual driver software, and instead of it opening up, it just keeps saying, hey, your tablet unexpectedly crashed. Okay, open back up again. Your tablet unexpectedly crashed. Yeah, what if I press open and you open again? Yeah, no, but your tablet unexpectedly crashed. Yeah, yeah, I know that already. When other things unexpectedly crash, they pick themselves up and they get right back on there and they sully themselves another plane. That that name doesn't work well with using it as a verb to make something better because it already means to make it worse. But anyway, I figured, hey, instead of drawing stuff, instead of doing something new, we'll do, just work on some of these pages. See, in some of them, I just added this big title bar to take up some space. Others, I just added straight up more artwork, more text, and it makes it better. So we're going to go to this page, and I mean, I'm still going to do it, even though, this is unbearable. How many clicks does it take to click a thing with the new Huion tablet? What it's doing right now for no reason whatsoever. 4 or 5? Was it 4 or 5 clicks to deselect something? Oh my god. Oh my god. And I've already forgotten what I was going to do with this one. I imagine just add some more panels. But that's just gotten painful. Anyway, so first I take them all, take all the layers, I grab them all, select them all, and I scale them all. First I'm going to move the center point up here. That's working okay. I'm going to scale it all down. There we go. And then I'm going to scale it up a little bit more. $26,600. Now it's saving for a while. So you had a bad day. I didn't have a bad day. I couldn't wait to do this. It takes literally less than 10 minutes to set up for the stream, and somehow I've just spent the last 40 minutes getting sweaty and enraged. Like literally just calling this tablet so many names, even though I know that the only way is to, like, I gotta be nice, I gotta be good, you gotta be a part-time ninja. But I don't know, like, it still works fine with the mouse. So if I just reach over here, this looks like good TV, huh? Just have my hand up. TV shows always do that. They're just like reaching off screen. How's it going, everyone? I'm just here to do the Tonight Show. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep my arm out here the whole time, and nothing's gonna be weird about that. So that news, huh? That's pretty crazy. What? Huh? They're just nobody cares if kids die? They have to learn, even though they're definitely not going to use that information later in life, or at least that's what they're being programmed to. This microphone's a little too close, and I'm a little too angry, and I can see it in the redness of my volume meter. Where did I get this shirt? I got this shirt at the Champlain Mall? Is that what it's called? I can't remember what it's called now. But that New Brunswick, or the Moncton Mall, the store way in the back corner next to Walmart, that's like New San Francisco, or I don't know. I know that San Francisco hasn't existed for 1,000 years, but it is I don't know, Canadian Hot Topic, shirts and junk. Weird stuff. Borderline Halloween store. Is it Spencer's? Yeah, I think you're right. It is Spencer's. That's what a Spencer's is? Got it from Spencer's. I wonder if that's different from Spencer's Gifts in the States that all the comedians talk about, or if they're one in the same. I think that is right, though. Alright, let's lock some layers. Find some boxes. Find some boxes. Select some boxes. Select some boxes. Select some boxes. Just select some boxes. Oh my god. Select some boxes. Select some boxes. Select some boxes. This shirt is probably like 5 years old, so whether or not it still exists, I have no idea. But I can make his eyes disappear. It's been a while. Oh, and I didn't get the bottom part. Come on now. Seriously. Select. Wow. Oh, you want to save? You want to save? You did nothing. F off. 500. Paste. 526,600. What's going on? What's going on? I know you're going to blame me, and I know that I am not to blame in this situation in any way, shape, or form. If I might chance to blame the heat, we can blame it on the rain, because the rain don't mind if you blame it on the rain. Yeah. If, like, when the sun is shining, you can just blame it on the rain. If something's broken, you can just be like, hey, you can blame it on me, because the rain don't mind. Remember that? Is that helping anything at all? Is anybody gonna... This is your fault and your garbage. Oh, you know who I want? You know who I want to blame for all this? And I feel like it's the perfect scapegoat. The perfect scapegoat.
You're not gonna blame me. I got beans on the internet. Don't blame me. I blame. I'm the blamer. President of blames. Throw people in cars. Take them away.
Yeah, it's your fault, and you're terrible, and you're throwing people in minivans and taking them away. That's super not cool. Super not cool. Super not cool. But seriously though.
Meow. 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 Meow.
I know it is your fault, and technically you should have taken care of all this stuff, but you didn't. But you're the sweetest angel, therefore I have to blame something orange. All right? And I mean, he's doing his best. Look at him over there, blinking, squirming around like a little Rory Calhoun. I can stand and walk like a little Rory Calhoun. Don't you even ask, 'cause I can. And don't threaten me, 'cause I will. But I'm not right now because, it's real comfy on this little square thing. I can just sit on this thing for days and days. It's like, it's the fact. If you make a square, I'll sit in it. I don't know why, and I don't care why. I just know that if it's a blank square, I'll be there. But if there's a cucumber, sir, I will flip out, and I will murder everybody in the room when I come back after running away forever. But seriously, if it's square, I'm there. That's my new catchphrase, alright? Put that on a shirt. Put it on a shirt for me, and then put that shirt on me, and then also sell that shirt, and then buy me something cool with all that money. That would be great. That would be super great. Have to learn to stop talking in a different voice before the camera comes to me. So in the game of reformatting this book, I usually do my best to, if I have to, reuse something to make it just go on a little bit longer. Oh man. Like seriously. I was just using that. I just made. Where is it? I just made this thing and the starting soon screen, and because I'm thinking like, hey, I kind of want to rebrand. I want to change this up so it is a little more about like the Milo and Curtis fun times. Hey, I'm back. Mostly because There's no such thing as grown-ups. It's just a long title. I'm not getting rid of it, but I don't know. I might make the stream and the YouTube thing a shorter name, but I don't know. I don't know. Either way, it's still going to be Curtis and Milo themed, regardless of what it's called, because that's what the show is. That's what the show is. What about a theme that involves me and the darkness and the shadows inside each and every one of us? You have to become the hero that you want to be before the villain is the... No, that's not how it goes. Something about, I gotta kill Two-Face. Yeah. 2 faces to kill 1 stone. No, you're not the mascot. You are the mascot of a horrible, horrible movie franchise that gets less fun the more times you watch it. I have no idea. I'm like genuinely kind of interested now as of like yesterday in the Schneider cut of the Justice League, but I'm just like, how different is it going to be? Because I mean, it's going to be darker, I believe, and less comedy. But the first one wasn't that funny, or that was the only thing that had going for it. Was like, this is still kind of fun. In the end, like, this is like a Justice League cartoon except a movie. It's weird, but this is okay. Hey, look at that, PlayStation 2. That's fun to see in the movies sometimes, huh? Look at them punching that guy around. Oh, it's just like Doom 3 for the PlayStation 2 or the Sega 32X. Oh, snaps. This is seriously so frustrating. Let's get silly. Let's get super silly. I'm just gonna... use the mouse down here. This would be so much easier if I sat at the desk to do this, but everything's already moved. There's no turning back now. Past the point of no return. Bang. There, did something. It wasn't on the right camera anyway, so you didn't see it. So who cares? Who cares? Can't win, don't try. Oh, man. Oh, I have a story. A thing happened. What was the thing that happened? Why didn't I write anything down this week? Oh, God. I seriously can't think of this thing. What was the thing? It was the thing. There was a lady? A lady said a thing? Did a thing. Was I attacked? No. The hippopotamus? No, it definitely wasn't a hippopotamus. A reference to an old Looney Tunes cartoon. Might have been a reference to an old Looney Tunes cartoon. Like honestly, like before the stream, I was like, I should make some notes. I was like, no, I got that basically that one thing, and that I'll just reconnect that to everything else I am talking about. And for some strange reason, it is completely gone. Oh, wow. So gone. Mostly now I'm thinking about, and I'll meander my way back to it, and I'll let you know if it's the thing when I do remember it. So like last episode, we talked about how, hey, it's my birthday. And then on my birthday, I didn't really feel like going anywhere, but CTK stopped by and dropped off, I don't even know what they were. I ate them, and they were amazing. I still don't know what they were. They took me like 2 days to eat, but it was like a thick brownie fudge cake thing encased in chocolate, covered with more chocolate sprinkles. So like 2 bites in, I'm just like, oh my god, this is the most chocolate ever. Like, you eat one. Nope. See you never. Like, all right, goodbye. And then, like, the next day, I almost, like, sent her a message to say, like, oh, my God, like, I finally ate it all. I finally did. So good, though. So good. Definitely didn't remind me of what I was trying to remember. Stop by the store. No. Got some more masks. Nothing weird there. We talked about the haircut. Back at the haircut, though, something I did forget was an interesting question. Didn't I just move this? The lady cutting my hair, like, met this person just then. I was there for as long as it takes to start cutting my hair, and she's like, "Well, are you like you seem like you might be like, are you like a germaphobe? You're like a germaphobe, right?" And I'm just like, yes and no. Like, not actually. I do my best to avoid all the things. I do think everything is disgusting, but on a whole, yeah. If something's gross but it has to be dealt with, I can still do it. Like, I've reached into water that's like disgusting. I've dealt with defecations and vomit of other people, and I'm just like, this sucks, but I'll do it, and I'll just think about puking later on. One night, long time ago, galaxy super far away, a friend of mine who never really hung out with that much was like, "Hey, come, I'm coming to town. Like, let's hang out." Like, okay, we never do this. We've never done this. This is weird, but it wasn't weird. It was still just hanging out. It was just kind of like, I don't actually know you in hanging out terms. What are we doing? What's happening here? So we went to at least 2 bars. I think we played pool first, which was like, yeah, this makes sense. We'll play some pool. I guess we'll drink, and then we'll go home. And then it was like, we played some pool, and it was like, hey, let's go to this bar. Like, what? Why? What's happening right now? Then it's just like, oh, this sucks. Like, let's go to this other bar, which is connected to this one. Like, are you trying to pick up, like, some random ladies tonight? Is that what's happening right now? Because I thought you came to town to hang out, and you're not bringing some strange person back to my apartment. This is weird. This is weird. Like, and then a few times just like, did you just walk away from me to just go hit on some random old ladies? Oh, okay. You're getting super drunk, aren't you? This is still fine. Well, you're really drunk. Now you're pretty much just focused on why that lady should or shouldn't have been super down with your weird drunk ass vibe right now. And that's what we're talking about, I guess. Alright, cool. This sucks now, and I want to go home. This sucked a little while ago, and I wanted to go home. But, I'm not rude, and it's hard to point out to people, like, I don't enjoy doing things for certain amounts of time, especially certain things. Don't make me do things that you think that I will think are fun, but they're not. So whatever. Get back home, go to bed, and he's on the couch, and at some point in time in the middle of the night, you just hear, like just the stumblings of some dude, and it's just like, oh god, oh, please don't make me have to get up and check on this person. I disagree with I disagree with all the decisions I've made in the last few days. And then I can just hear like blah, just puking, but not a whole lot of let's say toilet water impact. I'm good at listening, especially when I don't want to hear what's going on. Really pinpoint, really Sherlock Holmes what's going on in here based on my bat-like echolocation. There's clearly none of this has been hitting the toilet. Oh my god. And then it's just like, hear him stumbling back to bed. It was like, he's clearly still puking while he's stumbling back to bed. And by bed, I mean my couch. And stumbling through my living room that's carpeted. Guess I gotta get up. And figure out what's going on with this. So get up. He's already completely out by the time I look out. Like, cool. And there's definitely just a trail of just vomit spitlins between my bathroom and the couch, and it's on the wall. It's just everywhere. And then I look in the bathroom. It's like, oh, cool. It's like somebody had a fight with a goblin made of vomit, and he won. He definitely won. He destroyed that vomit goblin. It is just wrecked. All right, then. Get all the paper towel, spray, wipe, throw, spray, wipe, punch, spray, wipe, wipe, spray. Good stuff. So cleaned all that up, and then went back to bed. And he got up like, hey, like, oh, not too bad of a night, huh? I thought I had a worse night, but I guess I didn't. Like, no, whatever you think happened last night, it did. But I'm a magical cleaning wizard, so when things happen, just making noises. I was trying to think of a Harry Potter, but all I got is Wingardium Leviosa or Expelliarmus. There we go. I'm Expelliarmus and all that stuff out of this place. And and again, it wasn't that big of a deal. I've definitely cleaned up worse. But you know, that's again the joys of not having people in your home is if there's gonna be a bunch of puke on the floor, I'm gonna be the one that puts it there. Except sometimes it's super cool to be like, oh my god, I'm gonna puke everywhere. Somebody else deal with this. I'm gonna go lay down covered in my own puke. Somebody take care of me. Hoark. That's the puke sound? That's the puke sound. Yeah, I know a puke sound. I mean, you know, take the good, you take the bad. The facts of life. The facts of life. Hey! Hey, let me ask the question. Have you been watching anything new and interesting on the internet or television all weekend? Or week long? Or just old stuff, the same old things you always watch? Something new? Anything? Just, I don't know. Just a weird question out of nowhere that I thought I would ask. Good question. Yeah, mostly still the same olds. But I keep ending up down these weird threads of just like, hey, you want to know some stuff about this old sitcom? Like, I really don't need to know, and I've watched documentaries about this before, but then it's just like, hey, let's find out what the deal was with the facts of life, and watch that. Like, did I learn anything fun or interesting? Not really at all. Excuse me. Other than they planned to have like all the characters. There were so many characters in the first season. Everybody hated the first season. They were like, get rid of everybody, and we're just keeping these core 5, and that's it. And that was the formula that worked. And then a bunch of weird religious stuff where Blair was like, yeah, no, my character can't do that because I would never do that, and that's crazy. So it's got to be Natalie, who apparently wasn't an actor at all. They were just kind of scouting around girls' schools, and they were like, she's got just what we need to be this character that we need that doesn't exist yet. We're writing her into the show right now. There you go. It's Natalie. It's you. You're in there. Prepare to be Natalie for the rest of your life. And then she was. Then, of course, George Clooney was all like, hey, I'm George Clooney. And I thought it was funny because I'm like, I thought he was the handyman, but they brought it up in this little thing. They were like, he wasn't. Like, he helped out sometimes, but he was mostly just like, hey guys, just thought I'd stop in to see what was going on. How are things going on in here? It's going on. Hey, George. And I think his name was still George. What's going on? George's like, nothing. Just hanging around being handsome. How are you guys? All right, still underage. Okay, I'll see you guys later. I'll never come back because I'm going to be the richest guy in the world. And that was about it. His part was pretty uninteresting. Oh, it is. It is, especially back in those days. Making TV shows was mostly about stalking girls. I am pretty sure. Again, if we watch The Social Network, the Facebook movie, the fact that we keep going off on all these, like, oh, Facebook this and these things that, Facebook was designed to stalk college girls. Snapchat was designed to send pictures of your genitals that will disappear. Alright? And that's it. Then it all escalated from there to just like, hey, we're doing all this stuff. Like, nothing makes any sense. Everybody's got to gear down. And just, I don't know, focus on something. I have no idea. I'm doing 100 things. Who am I? Who am I to judge? I cannot believe that thing is still not popped in my head. I'm like, in my head, I'm like walking and driving all over town, and I can't for the life of me figure out. It's coming back. Ah, yes. All right, now I remember. I was mashing it with two things, and the one thing was I had to go to the post office, and this isn't the thing. And lady in front of me was just like, all right, so I want to send this thing, but it was really expensive, so I want to send it real cheap, but I don't like it, so I'm just sending it to my friend. And the lady's explaining, and I've seen this explanation every single time I go there, of just like, if we put it in a regular envelope and it doesn't slide through the slot properly, it has to be sent as a parcel. That could be upwards, anywhere from like $10 to $20 for this little thing. But if it does fit in this thing without the bubble wrap and whatever, then it's good to go for like $3. And it's like, all right, cool. That was quick and easy. That's all the information she needs. Definitely all the information I need. Be on your way, lady. Be on your way. But she's explaining, but it was this, like, it's like $40 mascara. And, I mean, I just don't like it. I thought it was going to be like, whoop, and I'd have, like, the craziest eyelashes, but I don't. So I'm sending it to somebody else, I guess. Because it doesn't sound like she's sending it back. Because when you send things back, they usually pay the shipping slash... if it's going to cost you this much, so like, you just take the loss. Just take the loss. But I'm pretty sure she's probably sending it to a friend. So she's explaining all this stuff, and then she's like, well, all right, well, I'll go get this, this, and this, and I'll put those together. I'll bring those back, and we'll try this. And this other thing, and then she's still saying things, and as much as I want to be like, are you kidding me? Come on now. I can't. Because you're that guy. You're the guy who's like, oh, hey, yeah, 4 people behind the live story. I'm just going to need about 14 minutes to explain a very unrelated story because this lady just said Jurassic Park, so I'm going to have to talk about Jurassic Park for 14 minutes. It's just a thing. Everything's cool. Nobody worry about it. Is that why? Is that why you can't judge? Judge not, lest ye be the guy in the front of the line ruining everyone's lives? Exactly. And I usually only do it if there's nobody else. As soon as I see other people, I'm like, all right, I talk too much. See you never, baby. See you never. So it was funny because she kept looking at me as well as if to be like, oh, stop rushing me. And, oh, sorry, I'm taking so long. But it seemed more like oh, stop rushing me. And I'm like, I'm not doing nothing. I'm just reading the news on this TV in the pharmacy waiting room that is right next to the post office, and occasionally dancing to the music on the PA. So it's fine. I really don't care. But for some reason it was like, that was nothing. Why was that? But what did happen was yesterday, woke up early, like, hey, it's a great day. Maybe I should get up early. Start the day early. I think I will. Got up, did a little bit of yoga exercise, like, all right, it's going to be a good day. It's still early enough that I can go back to bed for like a full 40 minutes to an hour before my alarm goes off, and then go to work 20 minutes later. Like, this is pretty good. So, like, lay back down, and it's just like, oh, this is so comfortable. Like, going to bed is comfortable, it's fine. Going back to bed, oh... What? That's where all the comfort is kept. It's I don't know what refried beans are. I don't like beans. I had a dream the other night, actually, that I was eating beans, and I was just like, oh, God, am I eating beans? Like, just get through it. I don't want to eat beans. They're awful. But I assume the refrying of beans, why you would actually make it a name, these are refried beans. They're better. Twice fried, right? Like, you fried chicken, you fry it again, it's definitely going to be better. That's just a fact of frying. But yeah, going back to sleep is just the most comfortable thing in the world. And it's just like, oh, this is great. This is great. I'm not even that tired. I can just basically, this is like taking a nap before I get out of bed. This is good. This is the best day ever, and I haven't even started it yet. So then I just hear the rain just starts like coming down pretty hard. And I'm just like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. But, sounds pretty nice. I'm gonna enjoy the sound of the rain. I got nowhere to go. My job is just down the hallway. I'm just gonna wait a second. Rain's getting real hard, real heavy. Sounds like did did I leave the window open? It sounds like when it rains really hard and the living room window's open and rain is splashing back into the apartment so much that it's you gotta close that window right away. So I'm like, I better close that window. And I get up and I'm in my hallway facing towards the window that needs to be closed, and I can see that it is closed from there, and I can also register that it is not raining. It's not raining at all. It looks pretty. It's real sunny out. It's real sunny. Whew. It's already getting warm out, actually. It's not raining, though. And I can still hear, and it's just like, this thought process, it takes like a half a second, but it feels like a whole lot of processing. And I just realized that it's just like, it's right behind me. It's right, like, it's in the room, man. Like, 4 meters, man. It is in the room, man. And I'm terrified to turn around because it's just like, is it the kitchen window? It can't be the kitchen window. Is a pipe burst? Don't be a pipe burst. And I turn around, and as I'm turning around, I realize I can already feel it. There's a mist in the air. Can you hear this mist today? I don't need it here. And I look up, and it's just pouring down from the hallway ceiling with the greatest of ease. And I'm like, what's happening right now? It's got to be a burst pipe, right? But maybe the person upstairs, for some reason, decided to do her dishes at 7:30 in the morning, and also decided, I'm just going to walk away. I'm going to fill my sink. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to flood my apartment until it drips down into the apartment below. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what people's jams are. So I'm just like trying to decide, do I run upstairs and see what's going on? Do I just call the landlord and be like, yeah, I'm getting flooded right now? And it's like, but I don't know where it's coming from. Oh, I just want to go back to bed. It's right there. I'm so close. And I just had this discussion in my head about the comfort level and the, this is no summer jam. This jam is not meant for summertime. But immediately I realized it's soap. Like, it's soapy water just raining down, and it's spreading. So there's still a main area, but it's moving down. And my dinosaur T-Rex Mona Lisa is getting wet. So I take that off the wall, and I'm like, cool. There's no real plugs around here unless it goes to the other side of the wall. All right. Think it's cool. So I run upstairs, knock on the door. Here. Hey, what's up? Now, I occasionally will open my door with just a crack and look out, like, hey, what's up? Strange person, weirdo. But this was a full, like this much face, hiding behind the door, like, hey. Are you flooded? Is there a pipe burst? Do I need to deal with stuff? And she was like, oh my god. She's like, oh my god. Oh my god. What did she say? She's like, oh yeah. She's like, I let the sink keep running. My sink overflowed. I just let the sink keep going. And I'm like, oh, okay, so it stopped then. So this will stop. You just have to sop up your floor, and then mine will stop getting wet. And she's just like, yeah. She's like, oh my god, I can't even believe it. Yeah, I didn't even realize. Yeah, my kitchen is like, there's enough water to swim in my kitchen. Like, yeah, I know. It's collecting in a bucket in my apartment right now. So that's cool. Like, all right, I'll let you, like, the faster you can deal with that, the less I will have to deal with downstairs. And she was like, the dog was hiding. What in sugar-coated hell are you talking about? The dog was hiding. The dog was hiding. I live in this building as well. I know how big this apartment is, and I know that this apartment is a little bit bigger than the place upstairs. I think we'd agree that that's just has to be a fact. There's no way around that. This apartment is bigger than that apartment, and the dog that's upstairs. We're talking about the dog that's upstairs, who is like a full-size dog that is, I'm gonna say, super hard to hide. Super hard to hide. I can find that dog. Give me 5 minutes, and just 4 of my back gadgets, and 1 utility belt, and I'll find it. Also, my heat-seeking gun that finds heat. My heat-finding, heat vision. Anyway, I'll find any dog. All right, guys, shut up. But they're right. The imaginary characters are correct. One, that dog just bolts back and forth across the floor all the time, so you can hear it. You don't need to see it. Two, if you're doing your dishes at 7:30, 7:45 in the morning, where your dog is in your apartment, one, doesn't matter. Two, the answer is he's in his bed. Wherever that dog likes to sleep, he's sleeping there. I promise you he is under your bed or anywhere where there can be a thing. But I'm also guessing that these people might and or must live like hoarders, because that is a habit of the hoarder type people to answer the door. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, no, I'll meet you at the end of the driveway. I just have to do some things in here. Let me just climb over all these dead cats and feces bags. So I'm just like, I have so many questions, but neither of us has the time to have this show happen. What are we doing, lady? What are we doing right now? So I'm just stunned anyway. I'm just like, yeah, like the dog was hiding. I couldn't find him. I just couldn't find him anywhere. But you knew that you were filling up the sink, and you also know that it's not a baby. If anything, without you, a dog is going to survive just as well, if not better. They're designed to live, and humans are designed to do stupid, stupid things. And then blame it on stupid, stupid things. I was fully prepared to blame this one on the rain, because the rain doesn't mind. So, what makes it a little bit more confusing / complicated is she kept talking. And again, it's just like, yep, dogs will hide on you, I guess. But she's like, yeah, like it's just flooded. It's just, my kitchen is flooded. She's like, there's so much water, it's crazy. Like, yep. Yeah, I would have been like, gotta go deal with it, slam, and I would have been satisfied with that. But no, like, hey. She said then, I was wondering why the dog started barking and freaking out. Because there's not even a yada yada. We went from I was looking for the dog, the kitchen is flooded, I guess she's still looking for the dog, but you know where the dog is? The dog, based on how she described this, is clearly in the kitchen barking at the water flooding in, going, hey, something's happening in here and you need to be aware of it. I'm the dog. This is the best I can do. Rough, water, / flooding, _ .html. Because it's a dog website. They speak in website addresses. I don't make the rules. So, the thing she was looking for and the thing she should have been looking at were both in the same place looking at each other while soap rained down in my hallway. And again, I'm not a mean person. I save all of the meanness up for here. Or I put it all into this little avatar of rage. and that's what I use him for. Uh, but yeah, so then she went in, and I could hear the sounds of what sounded like cleaning up, I guess. It stopped. I sopped everything up, and then I'm just like, cool. Oh, I guess my alarm's gonna go off in 4 minutes. Oh. Uh-oh. You know what? You know what's more comfortable than bed? More comfortable than going back to bed? The most comfortable thing in the world is your pillows approximately 4 to 6 minutes before an alarm goes off. Oh. Oh, wow. Can I come up with any reason to call in sick today? No. If anything, my to-do list will be like, hey, my apartment flooded, but I'm already at work, and it's already drying out. I got no reason. I'm just going to work and only be reminded of this when I walk out into the hall, and there's a pile of towels and a mop and a bucket. I, I couldn't find Ripley once for like days, and the days that I couldn't find her were the days that like we packed up to move everything, and everything was in a truck, and I think maybe even a truckload was already gone, so it was like everything was mostly moved out, and still was like, I guess she's gone. Like, I don't know. Still can't find her. I'm still gonna move. Like, Ripley, hey Ripley, I'm moving now. You want to come out? You want to move with? You want to come with? Huh? You want to join this party? You want to stay here and be a corpse in the wall? You're gonna be a corpse in the wall? Corpse in the wall? Alright, I'll check the walls then. And then I ended up, like, literally digging through parts of this place that we're renting that I have never looked in. The cat could not have had access to unless she was some sort of ghost cat, which she clearly was. And yeah, she was like inside of there was a closet, and inside of that closet was another little sub-closet door, and inside that sub-closet door was a weird built-in chest of drawers, and that's never been opened. And the first time and only time, I'm like, I guess it seems crazy, like looking for your keys in the freezer, but I already checked the freezer and she's not there. She's not there. So, nope. Hey, Rip. How, in the love of everything that is mild and holy, did you ever get in here? How? I was gonna leave you here. I was this close to leaving you here. You know I'd never be able to do that, but I was so close to just being, I give up. I give up. You win. You win. I don't know how you keep doing this, but she did it moving from another place, the exact same thing where she was like, there's no entry to this. I have to physically remove a board from the wall. And then there you are. Did you remove a board from the wall and put it back in place?
Meow. 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 Meow.
Yeah. You and your secrets. Everyone has their secrets. I don't need to hide anywhere. I'm all center stage, and if anything, if there's a spotlight, I'll just aim it at myself and be like, "Don't stop thinking about Milo. Don't stop. I'm right over here, and every day I'll still be here. And just look at me. Hey, just look at me. If you don't feel like paying attention, I'll poop all up in your shoe. And then you'll be like, who pooped in my shoe? And I'll be like, maybe it was you. Maybe it was you. Good song. Good song. It's nothing like a cat. Well, I'm even holding this. I mean, it's fun. The drawing part is just an excuse so I can just rail on things for an hour. That's just a fact. We all know that to be true. And I mean, I got a quarter of a page done. I don't want to give stuff away on this anyway, but like, if we go back here, see there's like the COVID comics. Let's go to the right camera. Some of the COVID comics have this like COVID title. It'll be like COVID weeks, COVID days, COVID masks. And so that's what's added to this one. Excuse me, comic itself didn't really change much. This one, however, is all like, do a comic. And I'm like, no, unacceptable. Excuse me. Do a comic. No. Fine. Fine. I'll do, if you don't do a comic, then I'll do it. Just like LL Cool James, I will do it well. And I'm like, no. And then just added that. Did you walk away yet? And it continues. Then it's this little short comic Saturday, Sunday funny. Milo's Bananas. Huh? Because it's like bam, but it's nanas. And then the poop is all like, what did the bananas say to the poop? And the banana's like, what? And the poop is like, it said what? And then the banana's like, aren't you glad I didn't say banana? And the poop is like, what? But there's another page with more panels that weren't there before. And then the orange is like, you talking to me? And the banana's like, yeah, orange, are you glad I didn't say banana to this poop? Or to this turd? And banana's all like, I have no feelings about it either way. And for some reason, he's missing an eye. He's missing an eye. That's the other thing about resizing and reformatting everything for this version is sometimes stuff just disappears. Stuff just disappears. The Alf comic, just the color stayed, and I had to try and guess where the lines went again. And then, yeah, I have no feelings about this either way. And then the poop was like, you guys are the worst. Ugh. And then we just slowly zoom in on the banana. Dramatically. And then there's like my hand holding this issue of Milo's comic now, which wasn't there before. George Lucas, what are they called? George Lucas's dewbacks. There we go. We're adding dewbacks in the background, clomping around while they're sifting through sand. The dewbacks were the things that they rode on top of, the big lizard things in A New Hope in episode 4. Un, deux, trois, quatre. Yeah, that's 4. But yeah, then the rest is the same. I'm like, what is this? And Miles like, it's dramedy. It's what people love now. And I'm like, no. Just always no to everything. But then we're both unacceptable at the same time. And then Milo storms off. And I'm all like, checkmate? Maybe I won a round of Milo off? No, I don't. That's not what that means at all. It's just like, hey, I'm not playing this game because I win so hard that it's a waste of everyone's time. So I'll leave you to be a loser while I go off to be a winner. Charlie Sheen style. Charlie Sheen style. Hey, where's that guy? How come he's not one of the crazy people doing crazy stuff these days? Is he alive? Because I really feel like, as far as crazy old 90-year-olds go, we could probably use a new one. This old one, he's getting tired, tiresome, and just evil.
I know you're talking about me.
Gotta get rid of that. Oh, man. And then we're back to the little Sam. So there's only a few pages. I don't want to show the end. But if we do a quick run through. The Billy Zane title is all like, oh, this is insane. And then we'll have some Billy Zane episodes. Cause when you got a gross face and you don't know your place, you might as well enter a presidential race. If you're the biggest pop star in the world, why not? Why not? Tweet a bunch of crazy stuff about your girl. Just for fun. Just for SNH. I know. Obey. Obey. This feels looks a little more natural, right? Oh, his neck is crazy. His neck is crazy. I mean, that's the craziest thing in the world. For real. For real. But, yeah. Like, you know, Kanye was all... Alright, let's lock the text, lock the bubbles. Zoop. So Kanye was like, I'm going to be president. She's like, okay, fine. I don't know what's happening. But then it was like, yeah, Kanye's not going to be president. That's insane. Like, oh, good. Ugh, fine. I don't know anything anymore. But then, Kanye's all like, no, I'm still doing it. I'm still doing it. Let me show up in my military flak jacket. Let me carve 2020 into my head. You know, super presidential, real business-like. And then let me just say crazy things for a while that do not make anybody want to vote for me. I don't think so. And he's having a full breakdown. Like, so far, all the responses are just like, everyone is very concerned about his mental health. Something's wicked wrong. Whoa. So then, I guess he went on like a tweet storm saying that his wife was coming to lock him up with a doctor, which is like, if you think that's a thing, then you probably can be locked up with a doctor, cause you're tripping bad. He said that the movie Get Out is about him, and we all know that. Oh, okay. Don't know if maybe you didn't see that movie. And again, a bunch of just nonsense. Kris Jenner, who is apparently the mom, and not Bruce Jenner. I don't know. I don't know what. Oh, Caitlyn? Is that? I've been thinking that Kris Jenner is Caitlyn Jenner for literally months. Every time it gets mentioned, I'm just like, oh, we are not talking about that person at all. This is, that one ran somebody up. This one, okay, cool. So talking about like her, like, just call me. It's just like, this is all on Twitter, you guys. There's DMs. What are you're doing this on a phone? Why is it so hard to, where are you guys? Where is everybody? But yeah, aside from all that stuff, I just had a full realization in the midst of President Crazy Pants being excited. They're just like, we're gonna start doing the Corona whatever public address thing every week again or every day again. Why? Because the country has gotten super out of hand, and Disneyland is just not letting people eat while they walk. Yeah, that'll keep it. That was the problem. That's the problem. Not people shouting, "Yay!" And I guarantee everybody in a costume, if they still have costume people walking around, like, they're just, if anybody has it, it's just spilling out. Those things are just soaked through with everything that's come in contact and gone in out the other way, regardless. But the fact that he's just like, yeah. No, like, the ratings for those addresses were so high, we gotta do them. Like, the ratings were so good. And it's just like, what? What do you think your job is? This isn't NBC. This definitely isn't No Country Club. Sometimes it's LA. But some of us just want to have a little fun before we die. And we don't need... I mean, again, Miami is now the epicenter which makes him go even harder on the, hey, we're doing everything to deal with this invisible China virus. Like, out of all of the people in the world, you're the first person who's not allowed to say things like that. You are the example, and you are the worst. You're the worst grandpa anybody could have. Ugh. Obama with his graying hair, best grandpa we could ever have, or at least as far as politicians go. But man, that Ortiz lady, whose name I cannot remember, she needs to run for president, and she needs to be president, because it's just super not cool. Soup's not cool. Yeah, I'm like editing a comic with a mouse over here, bending my lines like a sick person. So, lost my train again. When he was talking about ratings over here, and not bringing up the fact that he hasn't been going to the coronavirus task meetings, he has no business giving any sort of information, and he's actively trying to make the one person who's giving him information look like an idiot, then just, none of this makes any sense. But anyway, within the ratings mention, my brain drifted and put together this little Voltron of terror that is, and it definitely can't happen. It definitely can't happen. Is what I said about the last guy. If Kanye did become, I don't even want to say it, I'm like, my voice is changing, did become a president of an America, then all of TV would become Keeping Up with the Kardashians. All of America would become America-ing up with the Kardashians. And the best thing that I heard today in regards to all of this was, I mean, yeah, it already is, of course, but just on such a more terrifying level. Because like I don't have to keep up with the Kardashians. I don't know anything about the Kardashians. Kim Kardashian is apparently the main one with the bum. I think she's the one who has a bum that you can put things on or something, and she's the one married to Kanye. That's what I've learned in the last few weeks. And she's thankfully, out of all of the dumbest things in the world, the best thing is, hey Kanye, it's me, Kim. If you keep running for president, I'm going to divorce you. You're right to wince. And I was like, good. That's the only thing that makes sense. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Why? Gotta make some beats. Gotta make some fat beats. Because apparently it works. I can't even imagine, just in the few situations, like, I imagine that I am a difficult person to live with because of the reasons that I envision how irritating I must be, like a Kanye type West, in somebody's life. But then I see him talk for 2 seconds and it's just like, no, I still usually think about what I'm going to say. When I say something crazy, it's on purpose, and I know it's for the purposes of sounding crazy. And who can put up with you? And again, based on the tweet storm thing that he deleted, it was like, hey, I'm out here on the ranch in wherever I live, and you guys are all keeping up with our Kardashians in New York. I want us to live in the same place. I want you guys to live next door to me. So rich. So rich, all the DJs. Must say damn. Selling all kinds of rhymes. Selling all kinds of jams. Can't believe I gotta uninstall and reinstall this stuff. Making things shouldn't be so hard. Shouldn't get so rough. But look at me draw with a mouse over here. It's like I don't even have any fear. Even though what I did should have only taken a minute. But there, page extended, and that's what I was doing. Oh, this is painful. It's totally not legit. Mr. McHammer would totally quit. Whoa. Save button. There, another page fixed up. That's something. That's something. And then, of course, how do we not talk about the fact that there is a secret police organization that's grabbing people and taking them away? And the president is going on television and saying, yeah, I called those guys. You have to. What am I going to do? Have people who are begging for peace and to be treated with humanity just keep begging for their humanity? What kind of president would I be? A humane one would be the correct answer. But I was hoping that was going to be one of those ones that's like, no, this is some sort of weird thing that's gotten blown out of proportion. It's not real, but it's just like, nope, it's real. And he's literally like, no, I'm going to send them, it's New York and Chicago. I'm coming down on them as well. But the last thing I saw with the armed maniacs who were unnamed, untraceable, just a bunch of assassins basically. And again, I saw that thing. It was like, hey, technically they haven't broken any of the rules of the Geneva Convention. They haven't committed any war crimes because they're committing these non-war crimes against their own people. So it's better. more you know. Um, so he's on board with it. So it isn't like this isn't just like random dudes that decided they're a militia. These are real. These are real people who think this is their job. And then it said, but also they haven't been properly trained in this specific scenario, kidnapping. They haven't been specifically trained to how to properly grab people and take them away. Which is like, oh, you have training for that? Cool. Good to know. Good to know. This is why defund the police has to be a thing. You guys are planning all, like, only Batman is the only person that I permit to have a kill scenario for everybody. And everybody else has to act like, no, we don't have escape plans for every situation. But what about all those maps you have for your escape plans? All your kill operations for people who get out of hand. Shh. Shh. That's the thing. If you have covert secret operations, you have to keep them incredibly secret. You can't march them down the street. So anyway, at one point, all of the moms, I forget if they call themselves like the moms of Portland or whatever, but they all formed a human chain between the Black Lives Matter, the protests, the everybody in the world who's just getting abducted and beaten up by the powers that be, and so they're all arm in arm and they're chanting, "There's no need to fear. The moms are here." I think something along those lines are, don't hurt these people. We're the moms. Pray to your steeple. But basically, it's just that. It's like, we're moms, and we're here to protect people. And this was on, I watched this on Colbert, and they're like, standoff. Like, and it's just like, well, they're definitely, it's worked a few times where people have managed to white shield black people who are looking for somebody to shield them and help them. And no, they're just like, hey, cool, yeah, you're somebody. Like, that used to be the thing. This is somebody's mom. This is somebody's daughter. But this is somebody's mom. This is somebody's mom. And even if it's not somebody's mom, it's somebody who's taking up the mantle of momness to protect the children of the world. And you're going to be like, no, this is my country, and I'm going to protect it against these moms that don't want people to get tear gassed and rubber bulleted. So I'm going to tear gas and rubber bullet these moms? And then they do? Then they do. Like, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover's "This Is America" song is America's actual anthem. Like, when you watch the video, when you listen to the lyrics, like, yep, this is the actual anthem of America for real. So it's things like that where it's like in my head, I always have this vision of just like, I just want to step out into this spot and just be like, hey, again, like, arms up in the air, like, everybody, stop for 5 seconds and, like, look at what you're doing. You're somebody's son. You're somebody's mom. You're somebody's mom. You're somebody's kid. You're somebody's this. You're all trying to live somewhere. What are you doing? Does this make sense? Does this not feel like a meh? It seems it's more likely that the conspiracy is we're going to make up a bunch of stuff so that we can put chips in you, rather than the conspiracy is we're going to make you hate black people, and then we're going to make it okay to murder and kidnap and lock up as many people as we want, children or otherwise. Hey, just pepper spray a kid today? I think I did, Jeff. I think I did. What about you, Carl? Yeah, I sure did. I mean, it wasn't on purpose, but he was there. He got some adjacent pepper spray. So, as I go to sleep tonight, that's something I get to lock into my head. Pepper sprayed a child today. Gonna do it again tomorrow. Or maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't know. These are just orders that must be followed from a higher power guy whose new logo for his new campaign is clearly traced from a Nazi symbol. Gummy bears, bouncing here and there and everywhere. High adventures that beyond compare. They're the gummy bears. It's a mighty good deflection. Real good decoy to get us somewhere else. Somewhere else. Like I said, I've so many weird YouTube rabbit holes we could be talking about. There's just so many things. So many other things. But man, oh man, it really, for lack of a better term, for lack of a...
Yeah, Trumps. It trumps everything. I'm always trumping. I'll trump you. Trump these beans. Always on top. Tallest building. Ratings.
Oh, I hate that guy. Hate that button. Congratulations, you've received over 100 messages today with your stream chat. Thanks to everyone who's floating around Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch land for commenting, chatting, reacting. Oh, man. It's almost about time to wrap up this show for this week. Next week, I want to promise all fun all the time, but I can't. But I can't, because who would have thought between last week and this week there'd be a secret police force abducting people in America? Oh, and that's the other thing. Can't escape it. Again, the memes and the whatever, like up in Canada, we're making things like this, whatever, Canada. But in like BC and over here in Halifax, there's a bunch of anti-mask people coming out of the woodwork to have anti-mask protests. Here's the thing. In order to not do something, you can just not do it. You don't have to freak out at everybody else to not do it. Right? Like, the exact same philosophy that is, hey, there's this old lady who screams at people like, you shouldn't be drinking. Booze is evil. Don't be drinking. And she'll stand on her step and she'll yell at all the neighbors, whether they're drinking or not, just in case they are, because that's her giant major 1945 concern, is don't drink. Booze, that is. Hydrate. Make sure to hydrate properly, but don't drink. And then she goes down to the liquor store and she screams at everybody that comes on their way in and on their way out, like, you shouldn't be doing this. But it's just like, hey lady, it's great to care about everyone. And technically that's what this podcast is me yelling at everyone. But it's easy to just not, like, I'm just not being racist. I'm not causing trouble for people. And it's easier than causing trouble for people and, putting big tarps in the back of my pickup truck and driving up to people and screaming at them. And by big tarp, I mean a big Make America Great tarp on the back of my truck to go yell at people. That's effort. Not doing it is more time for you to do whatever it is you want to be doing without the mask. It's like, I can't. Yes, you can breathe. Everything's cool. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. There is video after video of so many doctors doing one mask. One guy put on like 10 masks. See? Here's my blood pressure. Here's my oxygen level. I'm still super cool. So whatever you're railing against, you're all wrong. You're all just wrong. You're all just wrong. Okay? Even most of the flat earth people are like, hey, you got me. It's definitely not flat. But yeah, just taking the time to go to a place for something that you don't get anything, like there's nothing, like, other than you have the fear that the masks are going to lead to, like, then they'll tell us what to wear. Like, they already do. They already do. Just, like, go talk to a woman for 25 minutes and let her list the things that she's technically not allowed to do because of society. And, I watched a thing, I listened to a thing. One of the rabbit holes was something about, basically a judge overseeing a court thing. Maybe I read it, and it was basically the, like, you were look at how you were dressed argument, but the judge specifically, this precedent, it was set in this case not so many years ago, but enough that now it matters today. But he basically said, oh well, well, you're a woman, you see, and like this man over here, like once you get him turned on, once he becomes turned on, like he can't just turn his emotions off and on again. Excuse me. He can't just turn his emotions off and on again like a woman. Like that's just not possible. So whatever happens once a man becomes enamored with something, is sorry, nothing we can do about it. Not a court in the land, cause it's like no, that was a Who's the Boss episode in 1985, and the outcome of that was no, that's not true, Sam. Your boyfriend is a liar. Your boyfriend is a liar. It's just a fact. It's just a fact. Watch any show about watch QI. I watch QI all the time, and what was that thing? T-spheres from Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific doesn't have blue T-spheres. That doesn't exist. It's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. When people are like, "Oh my God," just go for a walk, dog, or just deal with it. Like you don't have to do stuff like that. But so there's a lot of those things like that. So it was like a few different things that are just like, where are we living? What are we doing? And again, there's no such thing as grown-ups, because a real grown-up would take all of this information and make sense of it and move forward throughout time. But instead, these pretend grown-ups, these non-adults, are just running around going, I just want to eat french fries all the time. Why won't you just let me eat french fries all the time? Oh, Michelle Obama, stop trying to make me be healthy. Like, again, nobody's making you do that. People are just going on the TV saying, hey, here's the optimal way to eat. Here's the optimal way to whatever. But you can still do whatever you want. Nobody's forcing you, but everybody takes it as like, they're going to take my gun. Nobody wants your gun. I mean, I do want everyone's gun taken away. But, doesn't make any sense. And also, so yeah, then by that logic of, if men can't turn once they're set on a thing and they can't change direction, they can't turn off, then they can't be the people in power. That argument says that, well, then only women can be in power because they're the only ones that have the wherewithal, the self-awareness, and the mental structure to navigate their own and other people's lives. Except for this Betsy DeVos character, which I don't believe she's a real person. She is some sort of weird brainwashed pod person that is saying things and don't make any sense. But anyway, in Canada, people are still just like being Trumpy, and that's what I'm afraid of. Like, any of it seeping over is just not cool. It's not cool at all. And there's already enough people here. Like, I really have to do my laundry now, but I'm not going to the laundromat I usually go to, which has hours that are convenient to me. The other laundromat is not convenient to me, so I will have to disrupt my day in some way or do it on the weekend, which laundromats on the weekend are the worst. They're the worst. Really thought I could segue out of the darkness and into something fun and happy. But so much of the hate and nonsense is floating around up there. Like, I don't know, this thing it keeps popping up a lot. It's the lady in a parking lot screaming at somebody else for what she just did, and then also throwing in a pile of racism and saying, go back to where you came from. Sometimes to people who are just like, I'm from here. Like, I'm from here. We're from the same place. We're the same. And I'm looking at press the wrong camera button. So there's a bunch of those which have made it terrifying. So in the going to the post office today, I already have like my weird anxiety. I can't believe that it's July. That makes no sense to me. It still seems like this has only been like a week and a half of madness starting months ago. But now, thanks to, it's not even a race thing. It's just, hey, we're out here and we're flipping out. Because we want food, because we don't want to wear masks, because we want to stand here, we don't want to stand there. We're just flipping out, and we're screaming things, and we're throwing stuff. So come on out. Come on out into the public. You got to go to the mail? Come on to the post office. See what happens at the post office. So literally just terrified. I was just like, well, man, I'll just go tomorrow. I'll just go tomorrow. It's probably, I don't even care. I'll go tomorrow. I was like, no, it'll take 5 minutes. And then, yeah, when that lady was in front of me, that was the terror. Was just like, is she going to go crazy? Please don't go crazy. There's no reason to go crazy here. And everybody I see, it's just that Terminator vision and then potential aggressive things. Like, I don't know. Actually, when I pulled in to park, this lady was pulling out awkwardly, so I was kind of like stuck in the street for half a second. Like, you can see that I'm trying to pull in. Why did you not back out to the appropriate distance to drive out? You're just like turning around in your parking spot. This is insane. But whatever. She pulls back, and I'm just sitting there like, I don't care. And away she goes, expecting maybe somebody's going to honk at me, but maybe not. And probably just YouTube went down for a minute. Yeah, the message things, I know, like, working at Streamlabs, I see all the time where they're just, like, all the different things that flow through things where, like, oh, this one's not working properly. Not that it's not working at Streamlabs, but, like, you know, whatever. Like, Mixler's reported this. We got to find a workaround to make it work, even though theirs doesn't work, and blah, 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 blah. Everyone's a wizard. But yeah, so when I did park, that lady, for some reason, was still, like, not quite leaving the parking lot, so she was still blocking stuff after I went around, so I'm like, weird. But instead of waiting the 5 seconds for her to go out, the car or cars that were there immediately she knows that she's leaving the parking lot. Like, you honking on the horn isn't going to do anything other than help you execute some of your anguish at an audible level. But it's like, she still isn't doing anything wrong. She's just slowly getting out of this parking lot, which still fine. She's not recklessly or crazily getting out of it. She's just taking a little bit of time, and I'd rather that always over freaking out, get out of my way, I'm coming through. Like, I'd always rather wait than rush or be rushed or rush somebody else. But, I mean, to be Rush, the band, would be cool. So, I'd rather take it slow and or be Rush the band than be rushed, rush, or rush somebody. There. That covered all those bases. Anyway, we just did one page. It's after 10 o'clock. The amount of times... I don't even want to say the specific things, but the amount of things that I want to flip over in the street as they drive by, it's countless. Countless. But I don't want anybody to hurt. So, it's sometimes my weird hurting people fantasies with magic powers usually turn into just a mild torment of, like, let me just gently flip your car over and walk away. And what are you going to do? Call the police? I think that guy flipped my car over with his mind. No, I didn't. No, he didn't. And everything's cool. Everything's cool, Modi. Someday, out there, we'll set the world on fire. We'll do it with our minds. And then we'll pop a tire. Rush, rush. But yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I keep trying to, just like the news, you gotta have, like, the real news. You gotta have a positive thing, not John Krasinski's stupid fake news he's gonna get a pile of money to make a real TV show for. But whatever. Here's a little QI fact. So, when you're trying to log into something and it gives you that CAPTCHA thing, like, here's 6 pictures, pick the fire hydrants, pick the school buses, and you do it, and it's like, nope, now pick 5 more school buses. Why? Why? I'm already logged into this. I hate this. I hate this. What does this mean? And on QI, which stands for quite interesting, they said what's actually happening is it doesn't really matter if you get it right or wrong. What matters is if you A, answer it like a robot, i.e., do it immediately with your photo recognition powers, or that's about it. If you start to answer like a human, if you take a second, if you pick it in a weird pattern that a robot wouldn't pick it in, then it's like, okay, I think you're not a robot. But then what it does is like checks your internet history to see, are you looking at human things, or are you systematically going through the alphabet of something like a robot would do. So basically, if it's like, you know, your last three things are three fairly random things that only a person would connect together or would never connect together, then it's like, oh cool, yeah, you're a person, because robots don't look. Let's see, what are the last things that I looked up? I was just going to try and say them off the top of my head, but I know that I can't. How do I see the last things? History dashboard. So last things I looked up were the laundromat hours, Han Solo, the pawn shop hours. Yeah, just keep saying pawn shop hours, pawn shop hours. Some Trump thing. And then 600 searches or views of video games on Amazon. I don't really use the internet on my phone very much. But anyway, yeah, the Harrison Ford reason was because I was like just drawing this picture of like old Han Solo just from memory, and by the time I was like halfway through or / done, I was just like, I think I could Instagram this. This looks pretty great. I'm pretty impressed with myself. But let me look and see what Harrison Ford actually looks like. Oh yeah, his hair is completely different from what I drew. Yeah, his chin, he definitely has a different chin. Mine is definitely a weird, specifically stylized version. This doesn't look like him. So for some reason I was like, yeah, let me just change it. And now it doesn't look like anything, and it's lost any style that it has. No Instagramification for this drawing. And that's why I did a little She-Hulk thing. So anyway, this has been Tuesday, and I'm gonna figure out this tablet thing so I can draw again, because I have to work in the morning, and this is where I do my work, and yeah, I'm pretty sure just deleting, reinstalling, and next week we'll draw something, or maybe I'll have this book finished by next week for once, and we'll draw some stuff, and we'll tell some stories, and this week I'll actually make notes, because I mean, I swear there's like 100 other things that I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna wax poetic on that particular topic for quite a while, and I couldn't tell you what those were now, not in a million years, other than some of those QI things. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I don't want to. Like, one, Jada and Will, I thought they were never together forever, so who cares? Who cares? I still don't know what's going on. Are they not together now? Or they're together, but it was just like she decided to tell him everything on the internet? Good job. Good job. Way to have a relationship. But the other thing was, one, I have no idea who Amber Heard is. I've heard the name before. I think that I thought that it was another lady whose name I don't remember, but it turns out it's not her. There was this report that she was abused by her husband, who is Johnny Depp. I had no idea. But during that time, Johnny Depp was like, I wasn't there, dog. I wasn't there. I was like in another country or whatever, and she was over here hanging out with her good friend Elon Musk. And then she apparently said, no, no, no. Elon Musk like hurt me or whatever. It's just like, this is nuts. This is nuts. And then, like right before the stream, scrolled, and it was like, hey, Amber Heard apparently is reporting that Johnny Depp threw her down a flight of stairs. And this is not ending on a happy, I was stopped on a happy note. Why did I drift back here? So anyway, that's bananas to me. That's bananas to me. So I don't know what's going on. One of them sounded kind of fake. The other one sounded crazy. Both of them together are just like, what's going on, guys? What's going on in the world? I mean, you take the good, you take the bad, and there you have the facts of life. But sometimes the bad you have to take, you shouldn't have to take. And I don't know. Johnny Depp seems kind of frail and non-violent to me. And Elon Musk seems a little bit nutty. Either way, their life is not my business other than... that thing you said about, not judging people, standing out there, letting people wear their masks, not wear their masks. Is that what we're doing? Let's just, hey, what if I think another little song? Bad mistakes, I've made a few, and still, no, that one, that doesn't sound appropriate. Doesn't sound appropriate. Bananas, that sounds appropriate. Go with that. What? How this shit is bananas? B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Hey, it's bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Peel your bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Chop them up with lime juice and throw them in the freezer. It makes them last longer and for your Bacardi breather. Hey, frozen banana slices for me. Frozen banana slices for thee. Everyone slice the bananas. And dipping them in peanut butter, but I don't like peanut butter. But you can have your bananas, Elvis style. That guy was dead for quite a while. Okay, now you're getting dark again. Anyway, thanks once again for hanging out. As always, Milo can brighten up any darkness. Any darkness. Oh God. This Whew. So the shirt is really wet and sticking to me now. It's so hot in this room. Oh man. So anyway, hopefully, if you are listening, be good to the people around you. If you're a millionaire, be good to the people around you. I've lost all sense of words. And if you're trying to run a country, listen to the people that want good things to happen, and don't listen to the people who are bringing machine guns to Subway. There we go. That makes sense. That all makes sense. Oh. But yeah, no such thing as grownups.com. There's some shirts at the Society 6 page. There's 1,000 YouTube videos, and all of these are saved there on YouTube. Links to all the shows and whatnot. There's a Twitter. I don't check it, but everything from here goes there. There's a Facebook. I don't really check it, but everything from Instagram goes to there. There's an Instagram, and that's where I spend all of my days in my life. Hey, what'd you do? What'd you do for like an hour and a half yesterday? Milo? I don't know about me, but I know that you looked at He-Man action figures for well over an hour. I mean, there was some turtle stuff mixed in there, but it was straight up mostly action figures from the 80s, and then the new 2000s counterparts with their multi-jointed and expertly painted features. That's something that you did. So should I mock you for that? I will. Hey, why don't you go look at He-Man figures on Instagram for an hour, you loser? And I will. Yeah, that's the rabbit hole I usually get drifted down is custom action figures. And every once in a while I was like, hey, mostly because of the nostalgia of my turtles, which just like, oh, look at these He-Man figures, multi-jointed. Wouldn't like no. I already have so many things to animate, and all the time to do it between work and sleep, and I should do those things. But anyway, yes, like CTK says, good to see all of you. Or good to read and look at your emotified reactions to things. Here every Tuesday, and sometimes in between. The Thursday show is pretty fun, but when I'm not here, go check out Pat Prue 101, who you can see in the chat there. He's always doing some civilizationing or space travel, actually getting deep into games and whatnot, whereas, you know, it's just my face talking over some drawings. There's also books. I've made some books. I'll make some more books. And hopefully I can order more books. I don't know what's going on in the world today. But I know taking a break sure would help a lot. Sometimes you gotta get away. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Ripley, credits. Fifth bit of stream right here. This is what we do if we're I'm a cat and he's a dude. There's some other cat and that man's a little rude. Or is that just me? In your shoe I'm gonna pee. Fiddle dee dee doo da. Next week, hopefully a less combustible dumpster fire.